What's up, guys? That tall guy here. I This is probably like my 10th take now because I cannot get this down. But I'm not doing a normal commentary. There was no opening music. This is my first movie review. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the plot. I'm going to explain the plot of the movie, the technical aspects, the creative aspects, and my final verdict. There, done. Go 27-7. Doesn't really matter. I just didn't want to do a vlog. So, moving on. My first video that I'm doing is Sucker Punch. Bad choice on my part. Ugh. I had the option of going to see Limitless by myself or going to see Sucker Punch with a friend. I chose Sucker Punch with a friend. Just because seeing movies by yourself is kind of awkward. Yeah. But moving on. Sucker Punch it's a difficult movie to do a review on. It's one of those movies where you can't really say it was good unless you have a lot of supporting evidence. Because this movie, I'm just going to come out and say it, I loved this movie. It had this Inception element in it that was just amazing. The only problem was it was like the last 10 minutes of Inception, where you had no idea what was happening. Was this a dream? Was this reality? That's basically what it is. That was the entire movie, though. So not many people understood what happened. Now I'm going to go into the plot and the cast and all that stuff. The cast is not many big names. Vanessa Hudgens, which no one cares. Jenna, I don't know, Jenna Malone, I'm going to go with that, who was in Donnie Darko. She was one of the characters. Emily Browning, I don't really think anyone knows her. John Hamm, everyone loves him. He had a minor role, though. But Emily Browning plays this girl named Baby Doll. And Baby Doll it's believed that she is the daughter of a rich family because her mother dies. I'm not doing spoilers, I'm talking the first 5 minutes of the movie. The first 5 minutes of the movie, her mother dies, and her stepfather, I think it's her stepfather, who is, he didn't get any of the money. She entrusted all of the money to her two daughters. And so the stepfather basically is like, he goes crazy. He drives Baby Doll insane. And I think he's the one that kills her sister. Baby Doll had a little sister that dies very early on in the movie. But, yeah. It's believed he's the one that killed her. I think. And she's driven mad, and she gets sent to this insanity hospital. This is where the movie takes the crazy, windy road. Apparently, this mental hospital is a prostitution ring. And this is set in the 40s. And this is crazy. So, as Baby Doll learns to be a prostitute, basically, she has to learn to dance by Carla. I'm not going to even say her last name. I'm looking at IMDb right now. But Dr. Gorski, who it's believed, the whole mental hospital thing, Blue Jones, played by Oscar Isaac, I loved him. He's like the head, but he's evil. And so the Dr. Gorski teaches the girls to dance. I'm going to let you think what that is. It's not that hard. But it's basically, whenever Baby Doll does her dancing, she has this vision, this imagery of her, and she learns to fight off all these monsters, all these giant creatures, and it's crazy. And she basically says to her four friends, Sweet Pea, Rocket, Blondie, and Amber, that was it. She basically says to them, we gotta break out of here. And so as she does her dances, the girl, it's like all these crazy fighting scenes. And now I'm gonna go into the technical, because these fighting scenes were so well done. It was beyond astounding. It was insane. I'm trying to think of a movie that has as good a fighting sequence. It was almost Bruce Lee. It had that sense of fist fighting, but it had the gunfire as well. It's just a crazy movie. It's got samurai. This is kind of a spoiler. It's got Spoiler warning. It's got Nazi zombies, it's got a dragon, it's got robots, it's got all this, and it's just whoa. And this takes up a good part of the movie. The soundtrack's another thing. It's this dark, dreary. Uh, it's this all these remixes of "Where's My Mind," that Nirvana song that I can't remember. Um, "We Will Rock You." There's a remix to that. But that was my favorite song in the soundtrack. It's just all these crazy songs. Now I'm gonna go into the creative aspect. The way I love to view this movie is it had the creative structures, creatures, all that of Avatar. Yes, the James Cameron movie, which I thought I hated. I didn't like Avatar that much. I do have to say it had some of the best sets. I don't even know if you can call it set, but it was like settings, creatures, all that. You have to admit that was pretty cool. And this movie had a lot of that. And then it had the plot of the last 10 minutes of Inception times 20. The plot was so crazy when you got into it. But I'm trying not to spoil the plot. It I do have to say, I'm pretty smart, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not modest, I don't think now, because I said that, but I'm pretty smart. I'm not gonna say I'm genius. But I'm saying I'm pretty smart. I'm above average. And basically, I had to pay attention to every second of the movie and be like, okay, what does this have to do with the movie? And I was just constantly thinking throughout the movie. And I finally put myself in Zack Snyder's shoes, and I think I figured out what happened. I think. I might be wrong, but I think I figured out what the whole thing was. Um, it was different. It was really different. I enjoyed it a lot because it messed with my mind, and I love those kinds of things. Just like I love Inception, it's in my top 20 movies. I'll probably make a video saying my top 20 movies of all time. It's probably in my top 20. I'd put Inception. Mm, I don't know, like 11, 10, maybe even closer to 8. I don't know. But well, I got off topic there. I wasted a lot of time. I have so much more to talk about. Um, let's go into. Well, this is kind of another subtopic, but actually, I could put this in creative. This movie it put in a lot of underlying problems, and it brought a lot of things to light. First off, it's a very Christian movie. People might not have noticed that. If you pay attention, well, in the first 30 seconds, if you pay attention, it talks about angels and saviors. That was a big hint, and it was talking about this immortal being. Throughout the movie, even if you just listen, you can understand that it's talking about God and all these angels and saviors and martyrs even. Um, the other thing was the stepfather is believed to be a priest. He has the rosary around his neck most of the time, and it's just it's the corruption of the church basically. He's selling his stepdaughter, still daughter, to this insanity. It's a prostitution ring. It's an insanity hospital. It's crazy. But yeah, it's just bleh. The whole aspect of this. It was Baby Doll's imagination basically. You can compare that to Inception's dream levels. It was Dream Level 1, Dream Level 2, or Baby Doll's Imagination 1, and Baby Doll's Imagination 2. You just had to keep on paying attention. And there were the subtlest, the smallest things that gave away a lot of the movie. So you really have to pay attention to everything. Every detail is huge in this movie. Now, I do have to say, I did say John Hamm was in this movie. He wasn't in the trailer, and he had a very small role. That kind of pissed me off. There were a couple of things that were questionable. There were some graphic things, and this movie was PG-13. Now, that's creepy, because I thought this movie was R for the entire thing, and I'm running out of time. But I thought this movie was R for the entire thing. I really want to do a part 2. If you want me to do a part 2, leave a comment saying you want a part 2. It won't be that long. It'll probably be 5 minutes. But I'm running out of time. So I'm going to give my overall verdict now. My overall verdict, I love the concept of this Inception-like thing. I liked all of the fighting scenes. I didn't like some of the cast. I didn't like some of the lines. So I'm going to give this movie 8 out of 10. Alright guys, peace.